It's the first swap meet of 2022 out here at Long Beach Veterans Stadium for the Long Beach High Performance Swap Meet. Last month's video was really popular, so we're back out here doing it again. Next week there's Pomona, so we'll have another swap meet video up for you next week. And we're going to walk around right now. We're going to go check out what's here. It is January 9th, 2022, so remember that date before you start calling these phone numbers. So the cars are continuing to roll in here, just like this Impala here. We're out here checking out everything that's for sale, everything that's not for sale. Including this Impala right here. Show you this one. This Chevy C10 pickup. Now let's go back and look at the Impala sign then. So it could be yours for $32,000. As I mentioned before, do not call any of these phone numbers. Remember the date and make it very obvious what date it is that the video is shot. It's usually in the thumbnail, the description, the title, everything. I'd say if it's been more than a month, it's probably sold. So, and if you do call these people, I will personally give Liam Neeson your phone number, and you know how that's going to go. Here's a G-body Cutlass with a moonroof. Cars haven't filled in. Actually, the spectator entrance had a long line, so it's probably going to fill up pretty quickly, as I think there's like a pent-up demand for automobile events, as there wasn't really much going on over the holidays here. Here's one. There's the old Cutlass wagon. It could be yours for $4,800. A little bit on the beat up side. I come over here because the first line hasn't filled in yet. So cars are still continuing to move on in here. Have a look at this interesting hot rod with a Hemi in it. F-Series coming through. There's one for sale. It's a Cummins powered 2004 pickup truck, $21,900. Not really a collector vehicle, but a lot of guys use those to tow. I've got a 96 with a Cummins myself that I used to tow. The DeVille, I believe we saw this before. He wants $15,000 for it. It's an 81 DeVille lowrider. All right, continuing on, I had to stop the film for some guy with a boombox walking past playing music. It's usually the car stereos I need to worry about, not guys with boomboxes at swap meets. Which I don't know why you would bring a boombox to a swap meet, but seems like, yeah, you might accidentally smack a car with it or something. I don't know. I wouldn't take that chance. There's a nice 62 Impala nonetheless. So I've mentioned in my videos before many times, I cannot, if your car is parked next to another car that has music blasting, it's not going to be in the video. So a lot of times people go, oh, my car was there but I didn't see it. Well, you were probably parked next to another car that was blasting music, or your car was blasting music. And unfortunately YouTube does not like that, so we can't show them in that case. There's a nice Ford Lightning. Of course, Ford brought back the Lightning name now for an electric pickup truck. But in this era, it was sort of like a hot rod pickup truck. '86 Chevy van. 14,500. So 7,000 actual miles on this one. Why you would buy a van and then only drive it 7,000 miles is beyond me, but looks pretty sharp. Of course, we did the van meet last week at the SoCal Slow Ride, so that video's up. That'd be the video prior to this one. Here's a Monty SS. This one's actually been, I don't know how many times, how long has this guy's been trying to sell this car. I've seen this both at Pomona and here numerous times. So, and here it is again. A 55 Chevy. This one could be yours for $25,500. And of course the phone number's under the wiper, so I can't bring you the phone number, unfortunately. I'm not touching anyone's cars. Now we're continuing on the 58 Fleetwood limousine. I think this one has this one has the divider, so I know when it comes to limousines, the ones that are more valuable are the ones with the divider in the middle, as the ones without, I believe, were mostly funeral cars. A very pretty 58 Fleetwood. That's something, if my dad was still alive, he would love to see. In fact, we looked at one of these once, but it just needed too much work. And of course, it's got the air conditioning vents there on the quarters. Chevy C10. Now look at the Chevy. I guess we could zigzag a bit. Pontiac, probably Le Mans convertible. We have a van. Camper Special Chevy C20. Oh, Valiant. Another Honda 600. There was a bunch of Honda 600s at the Pasadena pre-Rose Parade cruise a few weeks back. Was that 2 weeks ago? I got a video up of that at the channel. I don't think I've seen that many Honda 600s in one place ever. So you have a look at this 67 Chevelle. So it's like a 67 GMC.
Don't scare the buyers, you know.
3-door.
I don't mind some rust or some
Painted
work.
up almost like a fire car. They did use these as for fire department use, but not sure if this is one of those. But there's a few of these I've seen around that were original fire cars with all the lights and sirens and things like that.
It's too low. Yeah. Probably bump.
Yeah, you need a cinder stock for you.
Yeah.
56 Nomad. No price, but there's the information. Yeah, the information for this one, $16,500 for this panel. See if I can get a shot of the interior. This one looks like he left it here last night because it's got water all over it. 41 Chevrolet Convertible.
We had that orange one.
I think we've seen this Ford before here. Still worth a look. I know we've had this Cadillac in a video before. It could be yours for $32,500 for this 50 Cadillac. So it was customized in the 1980s. I think this was either at the last Long Beach or Pomona, if I recall, as well. Four-door 64 Impala. Chevrolet pickup 53. Complete with Ernie. There's one that actually is for sale. It's a short bed C10, a 68. There's all your information, $17,500. It's a very nice shoebox Ford. Nice El Camino. Very original looking. And a 67 Camaro Super Sport.
I got a 41 at home. I got a 41. Take advantage of the market with these things. Yeah. See what else pops up. Yep, that's how it is. Cool. Thank you.
So F-Series, no price. Four-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Should be able to make out the phone number.
You gotta poke your head in there and look at the stick shifter on that thing. I remember it being super weird.
The 63 F-250 four-wheel drive. 429. His best offer on it.
37. Great.
This is the one with the, they call these the wrong bed pickups with the beds. This one's got Maverick Pinto taillights in it. Ones where they use the earlier style bed for like a year or two. Very clean 62 Impala. Chevrolet. I'm also planning to be out at the Moon Eyes New Year's party in a couple weeks. I have a car entered in that. Hopefully, as things are going, events will not get canceled this year as they were in the past, we hope. So we keep bringing you all these great events. And remember to go out and support whatever events are still happening, because you kind of don't know what you're missing until it's gone, I guess. But we're glad to have the events back, and we'd like to see them stay back, if you know what I mean. Very nice Chevy Fleet line. Fleet with the visor. Just a few old cars over here kind of in its own area. This is the 68 Camaro Convertible. Model A pickup with a early Hemi in it. And a F100 panel. I actually remember the old days. They used to come here, and I'd say majority of the cars were for sale. Now it seems to be the other way around. Which is kind of understandable, as there's not a whole lot of car events going on these days yet. Grand National. Take a look at this Chevy. With the blinds there in the rear window. Very cool second gen Camaro. 59 we saw rolling in. Got the detail on the engine compartment there. Look at that against the firewall. I know we've seen this one out here before, this short bed F100. 40 Mercury convertible. I used to have a 40 Mercury two-door sedan a few years back, before I started making car videos. And of course, I've still got the 40 Ford Coupe, but hopefully the finances will be there to do something with that car this year. Little Honda 600. Nice El Camino. It's one of those Chevy Tin Woodies, like a 54. These would normally have the wood painted in. So it looks like the roadkill Impala almost, but it's not. This one's for sale for $25,000. It's got a LS in it, as you can see. It's a 66 Impala. About a 67 442 Olds. Not for sale, but it's still a very, very sharp car. Automatic, buckets, console. That car's clean. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but 68 Camaro. And a short bed C10 pickup. Even a custom series. So it's got the larger window in the back. $39,000. That could be yours. My God, we actually found a car for sale. Or a truck, actually. So we had a Land Cruiser, the 350 conversion, 74, so you don't have to smog it. Here's for $15,000. That's probably very fair considering what these are going for completely restored these days. If you haven't checked into the prices on those, they've increased in value, very much like the Broncos and the International Scouts. It's a lowered Studebaker pickup truck. C10. And the Datsun coming through. With some very 70s looking stripes. LS powered Nova. Fox body notchback. A6 C10 short bed, 13,500. I had an 83 that was a step side a few years ago, and unfortunately I sold it like I'd say about a year or two before these just started going insane. There's a nice Chevy too, another Nova wagon. And while we're not seeing cars for sale, I think I'll mention my second channel, which is Mike Finds Things. I always put a link in the description. And it's records, lots of records on that channel. So if you collect records, especially like early ones, I find a lot of 78s, 45s, LPs, stuff you've heard of, stuff you haven't heard of, and it's always a good time. I found a bunch of doo-wop 78s just yesterday, so that'll come up in a future video. Oh, this is obviously this truck isn't a 36 Ford truck, but he has one for sale for $32,000. So, of course, he brought the one that wasn't for sale. But Mike Finds Things. Check it out on YouTube. It's sort of still getting going. I just started about 4 or 5 months ago. Nice 1970 F100 four-wheel drive. No price listed. And a Rambler. I always have to show the AMC products. I've seen this one around though. It's got a small block Chevy in it. I don't think this guy's in the Rambler Club though. I don't think I've ever talked to this guy even, but if you do own an American Motors product, check out SoCal Ramblers on Facebook. It's a great group run by my buddy Anne, and we get together with our American Motors products and have a good time. A 34 Ford pickup truck.
Quiero que sepa que de toda la bola que tengo,
And a clean gold 62 Impala. This one actually is for sale. This one could be yours for $45,000. 2-owner car. I know we've seen this one out here before, this Chevy. It's the one I believe with the 409 in it. Yeah. Yep, we've seen this one here before. They usually park in the same spot too. then this 55 gasser. Could be yours for 34,500. It says it's on Facebook Marketplace. So if you can't get a hold of them there, you can get a hold of them on Facebook. I actually put my Cougar back up for sale. I took it off before because I was just getting a lot of ridiculous people. I actually had agreed to price with 2 people and then they flaked. So I said, I'll just hold on to it for a little while longer. And decided to put it back up again, but still haven't gotten anybody like really interested in it. So a 74 Pontiac Catalina, 40,000 original miles for 14,500. That's one that might do well if he takes it out to the Palm Springs auction, which I believe is next month. They get a lot of interesting Malays era cars with low mileage that do fairly well out there. As of right now, I'm planning to go out there because I missed the last Palm Springs auction because Radwood and LA Auto Show were in the same week. They decided it was just too much for 1 week. 1950 Ford could be yours for 35,000. I don't believe I've ever seen this one before. Of course, it's been chopped. He's got the metal flake on the top there. Mag wheels. Very much in like a 60s era style custom. There's this nice 60 Cadillac coming through. That's what my father would have appreciated. My dad was a Cadillac and Lincoln guy. Chevy Love, complete with the slot mags. Very original looking Chevy. C20 4x4 is 8,000. Needs a little bit of work. Get the information there. And I'll remind you once again, any of these vehicles, check the date of the video before you start dialing those digits. I shouldn't have to mention it, but I do.
That's a nice car.
The 69 Camaro. This one's got a crowd around it, so I'm not going to get too close. This one with another one with LS swap. This is 68 C10, $32,500. Actually, I had a guy ask me if I work for the DMV. I don't know what any of my videos would ever make someone think I work for the DMV, but somebody actually asked me that the other day. The answer is no, I've never worked for the DMV, sorry. I did used to have a dealer license though for motorcycles and scooters. Actually, we did have a car license too, but it was mostly a motorcycle and scooter shop. 68 C10, short bed, no price. Very yellow. Early Mustang. And another one. See, this is about a 67 Impala done up like NASCAR style or dirt track style.
No way. Ugly like that?
With an LS. This one's definitely worth a look because I have never seen this car before. It's got the hood pins there. That car looks like an immense amount of fun. Let's have a look at that interior over here again. It's He's got his window defroster there. Oh, we got this Hummer coming through.
Está bonito. Estos güeyes pueden instalar un poquito. Había un señor que tenía uno que conozco. Él tenía uno de esos, pero es la Wagon. Y así nací.
Oh, look at this Nova here. Oh, this is actually his car. See the amount of custom work that went into this. One's a 67 C10 pickup. Here's for $20,500. The step side bed. And a Typhoon, GMC Typhoon, 18,500. 119,000 miles it says it has on it. I think they only made, what, about 5,000 of these or something like that. The Cyclone's the one they made 1,500 of. I believe these were, they made about 5,000 of. And they were quite fast. Of course, a lot of them were unfortunately run into the ground. This one looks to be in good condition though. And a Mustang with a LS in it. I'm just as confused as you are. Okay. $1970 Caprice could be yours for $30,000. There's all your information. There's one that's for sale. This one's $49,000. This Malibu. This Dodge with the service bed on it. K5 Blazer with an LS. I actually passed this guy on the way down here. This is Fairlane Thunderbolt style car. Big block square body. Doing a C10. You don't see a lot of the big blocks in the C10s. Here's that 60 Cadillac we saw earlier. Rolling in. With a 64 Impala with the Kragers. This one is $36,500. 2022 convertible. One's $99,000. A nice 65 Nova wagon. There's Camino. '65 Impala. This chopped custom Chevy. Okay, we're going to show you some of the cars over here. Swap meet's beginning to fill in with more people now as the morning goes on. I always say when you go to these things, it's usually best to get here early. Very nice Mustang GT 2+2, complete with air conditioning. Very nice K5 Blazer. Nice Stingray. It's like a 64.
Yeah, it goes up just enough, you know. I like it.
Neat use of a cab over. This is a 56 convertible. Cars rolling through. Panel with an LS in it.
¿Cuándo lo pusimos? Oh, sorry.
There's a 49 Ford convertible, $24,500. The original looking car. Complete with a Continental kit.
You're here every show, right?
But no, but
Fortunately, it seems like every car that they're letting in is trying to come down this single line. Chevy. Chevy convertible just rolled in. I'll get a few Blazers here. And a Dodge Street van. Like I said, if you haven't watched it yet, my last video was the SoCal Slow Ride van meet down over Rancho Palos Verdes Peninsula. And it's the third time I've shot it. And check out the mural on the back.
Every day, up and down, people walk.
It's always nice to get my van out.
2-3 times a day.
Tell you what, my van came in really handy in 2020 to go to the beach up in Ventura. I don't know how many times we took it up there. See out the texture on this hood here, or paint. I don't know if it's going to show up on camera. Sort of an interesting way of doing things. It's a very clean Suburban. Guys rolling through. You got another boogie van. With the louvers. I think this one's out here every month, this 72 Ranchero. Look at this Cadillac. This one's about a 56. Yeah, 58 Impala.
I don't want to.
And a Beetle. I hear at Roadster Show they're going to have an entire building of Volkswagen this year. That's what I think I read online. So that should be interesting to see what's in the building. I'm guessing some historic, like MP cars and things like that. Maybe some early split windows and Manxes and things like that would be my guess. They always draw some very interesting cars at that show. Original hot rods and stuff you saw in the magazines years ago.
What'd you get here?
I said this year they're going to do, like I said, one of the buildings is going to be all Volkswagen.
Yeah, it's not thick. So I paid $225 for the.
Oh, this is a very original looking Impala sedan. This one is Grandma's Garage Fresh. Looks like. It's just a neat old car. This guy's usually out here with his Bronco as well. Now there's another Long Beach this month. There's actually one on the 30th. And then there's another one next month in February, I believe on the 17th. So there's a lot of Long Beach swaps coming up. I don't know how that got scheduled, but it did. Have a look at this Pontiac. It's always nice to see a Pontiac for a change. Nice 64 Impala.
Go back to that.
It's kind of neat. You don't often see the four-door hardtop 57s. I had a four-door sedan with the posts in the same color combination many years ago. I bought from the original owner's daughter, so that tells you about how long ago that was. I believe that was in the late 90s. I bought that car and had it for a few years.
Yeah, it hasn't been asked for a show.
62 Impala, very original condition.
Okay, brother, I see.
Okay, where you at, Johnny?
Drawing quite a crowd. So look under there. Chevelle wagon. Neat Malibu Super Sport convertible for $49,000.
How you doing there?
Hey. Have a look at the interior.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that one time it got all broken on the bottom.
I'm definitely going to take
So we
This
stripped down all the right side and the other side where the doors are.
Riviera.
I think it looked good at the moment because they have the different sections, you know? They have the rock.
Looks like it's coming over there, boy. Huh? Looks like it's coming over there.
I think there may actually be more cars at this edition of the Long Beach Swap Meet than there were last month. So I think this is a bigger swap than it was last month. We'll see what Pomona's like next week. I think that one's going to be a huge draw. I think, like I said, I think people are also a little worried things will start getting shut down. So may actually help their draw for this month's event. And if things do get shut down again, I'll be working on some of my project cars and bring you that. But See this LaSalle. This one's actually for sale, so I'll get the sign for you guys, because obviously not something you see a lot of. This one's $40,000. Have a look. There's the number. Even comes with a Bluetooth system. Of course, that was not available in 1939. A very pretty LaSalle. See if I can get a shot of the insides here for you. All right, so I came back over where I started to catch some of the cars that filled in where it was a little empty earlier. Yeah, look at this. God, this is a clean Ford pickup from the 80s. This was like the late 70s and 80s style. And we got into this nose, it was more like late 80s, early 90s. About this mini truck, one of those Nissan hardbody mini trucks. So we saw a lot of these at Radwood. They always come out for Radwood, the mini truck guys. 92 Bronco for $7,800. And I'm not turning the camera sideways so you can get that. So, but definitely needs a paint job. Suffers from that 80s, 90s white factory paint that always flakes off of everything. I don't care what manufacturer it's from, the white paint always flaked off on them.
Hey, the only thing we didn't have, Dad, I didn't bring is the trash bag.
Got this rod here.
I put Wally, aka Frank Lucas.
Maybe a bit of a
Very big. It's only half of us are drinking.
it's for sale with no information. Oh, there's the. That's for
You go ahead.
complete with bullet holes.
Hold on to it for a couple of weeks now.
Thank you.
What's happening?
What a cool rod. 67 Firebird.
Hooking up with the boys at the cell.
Damn, it's not warming up. Trying to. It's better than it was.
Wagon coming through. Cadillac. I don't think we've seen a car that was actually for sale for a while. That could be yours for $16,500. Now we saw this Pontiac right at the beginning of the video. A 57 210 two-door wagon. '62 Cadillac rolling through. How about a Corvair? We had a bunch of Corvairs out for the Rose Parade cruise too. The Corvair Club always comes out and forced for that. No price, but there's the phone number. Again, check the date of the video before you start dialing digits. It's still January 9th, 2022. All right, for all the Malays guys, how about a Mach 1 Mustang 2? Got that? That was a 78 model with the 302, 50,000 miles, $10,000. Fortunately, it's got ripples in the quarters and things like that, but definitely one you hardly ever will see any other ones of. A 66 Chevelle Super Sport 396 convertible. So it's got a, it's like a 4-speed in it. Yeah, it looks like you just bought it. It's got a dealer temporary on it. So I'm guessing it's not for sale. Okay, so that's a wrap on another Long Beach high performance swap meet at the Veterans Stadium. It's the first one for 2022. Next week we have the Pomona swap meet, so we'll be out there. There's another Long Beach swap, I believe on January 30th, and then another one, I believe mid-February. So there's plenty of Long Beach swaps coming up. I hope you like this one. We got a lot of footage, definitely more cars this month than there were last month. So, which I started realizing about halfway through filming it, so I started kind of going a little bit quicker. But we got a lot of great events coming up. Grand National Roadster Show, Moon Eyes, New Year's parties coming up. Probably a lot more stuff in February. But until next time, I'll be seeing you.